Welcome back to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders. In our last few episodes, we looked at how the rules companion sharpened attributes and movement. Today, we're diving into the heart of the action. Chapter 3, Combat. The original combat sequence from the 1987 core book was cinematic, but it could sometimes get a bit messy when everyone tried to act at once. The rules companion introduces a refined 4-segment combat round designed for faster visualization and smoother play. It also introduces the Haste mechanic, a high-risk, high-reward system that lets you trade accuracy for speed. If you want to survive a run-in with a squad of stormtroopers or a Gamorrean thug, you need to master these steps. Let's break down the new combat sequence. Every round is now divided into 4 distinct segments. First, we have declare actions and full reactions. This is where you commit to your plan. You declare your movement, your skill use, and whether you're performing a full dodge. There is a specific order here. The character with the lowest dexterity declares first. This gives the high dexterity heroes a chance to see what the slower enemies are planning before they commit to their own actions. The second segment is declare combat reactions. This is a major change. Now, the highest dexterity characters declare their dodges or parries first. This flip in order was designed to give lower dexterity characters a slightly better fighting chance, though the fast characters still hold the advantage. The third segment is where the dice actually hit the table. Roll actions and reactions. Everything is resolved in order of haste, which we will discuss in a moment. Finally, the fourth segment is calculate damage. As hits connect, you roll damage versus strength and determine the effects immediately. Now, let's talk about the most iconic part of this chapter, haste. Haste allows you to act earlier in the round, but it comes with a steep penalty. For every level of haste you declare, you act sooner, but all of your die codes are reduced by 1d. If you declare a triple haste to make sure you shoot before the bounty hunter pulls his trigger, you're acting incredibly fast, but your skill is reduced by a massive 3d. The rules companion also includes optional haste rules for advanced players. This allows you to sequence your actions. For example, a veteran rebel could declare a double haste with 2 shots and 2 speed actions. They could choose to use 1 speed action at double haste to run around a corner, then take their 2 shots, and their final move to a single haste. This allows for complex, movie-like maneuvers, running out of cover, firing, and diving back in all in one round. But remember, with a 5d penalty for that many actions, this is a tactic for seasoned heroes, not scruffy-looking beginners. We also have to define the 2 ways to stay alive. Full reactions versus combat reactions. A full dodge is exactly what it sounds like. You dedicate your entire focus to not getting hit. You add your dodge roll to the attacker's difficulty number, making you incredibly hard to hit. However, you're limited to only movement and haste actions. You can't fire back. A combat dodge, on the other hand, allows you to fire back, but it's less effective. You roll your dodge and choose either that roll or the original difficulty as the target for the attacker. It counts as an action, so it triggers that 1d penalty, but it keeps your blaster in the fight. The rules companion also clarifies a few vital housekeeping rules for combat. First is stance. You are either standing or prone. Falling prone is a free action and makes you harder to hit, adding a +2 to the attacker's difficulty. However, rising back up counts as an action, penalizing everything else you do by 1d. We also have updated rules for stun damage. If you're hit with a stun bolt, the effects are cumulative and reduce your die codes. If your total stuns ever equal your dexterity, you are immobilized. If they equal your stamina, you're out cold. Finally, the chapter rounds out with a few essential updates to equipment and health. Med packs can now be used more than once a day, but each subsequent use is harder as the body's chemistry becomes overwhelmed. Grenades and thermal detonators have a refined scatter system. The further you throw them, the more dice you roll to see how far they miss their mark. And for the GMs, there's an expanded additional weapons chart, giving you ranges for everything from speeder-mounted blasters to capital ship turbo lasers. The Rules Companion combat system turns every encounter into a tactical balancing act. Do you move slow and shoot straight, or do you haste your actions and pray that one die is enough to hit the mark? It's a system that rewards brave choices and clever sequencing, bringing the high-stakes energy of the films right to your tabletop. Thank you for tuning in. We invite you to subscribe to this channel and click the bell to get notified about our next video. You can now join the Infernal Brotherhood through YouTube memberships and even become a patron on Patreon. Don't forget to pick up some of our custom-designed Star Wars apparel or even Star Wars tabletop role-playing games by following the links in the description below. Until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy-looking Nerf Herders, may the Force be with you.